Hello and welcome back to Tommy's Top Shelf Comics. I'm Tommy, joined by Murphy.
Hello.
We're back with the top five comics of the week. So, we got five comics, but before we dive into that, how was your week? You did a lot of reading.
Yeah, the last couple weeks have been pretty insane in my life. So I had gotten, after doing all that work to catch up, I fell behind again. So
They keep coming
uh,
every
to,
week.
I know every week it just keeps happening to me. But no, this specifically today, even I caught up on all of Dark Web.
Nice.
Um, now I still enjoy it. I like it, but I just feel like it's very confusing.
Yeah.
Like I don't. I keep up with most of the titles that are part of it, and I still am like I'm somewhat confused on some of it. Um, like I reread both of the Miss Marvel issues.
Okay.
Uh, I read them both twice today, and then also then Black Cat and Mary Jane is also kind of it just kind of a little goofy at times, but
Yeah.
it's okay. It's a Spider-Man event, and
Yeah.
I'm here
Yeah.
for it. Always here for
So that's our
it.
that's our number five this week is Venom number 15.
So Venom number 15 says, as Dylan Brock finds himself renewed and reinvigorated by his descent into the symbiote hive, Bedlam has come calling again, looking to finish what it started by killing Dylan and Venom once and for all. Luckily, an old friend is around to lend a crimson-clad hand, and it isn't Spider-Man. Now, this one I am pretty excited for just because anybody who's reading Venom and understands what's happening, especially with Bedlam, basically all these different variations of Eddie Brock are there. Like he's kind of like become this time traveling symbiote god now that he's the King in Black, and he finds himself meeting all these other King in Blacks, and it turns out that a few issues ago we find out that all of them are Eddie Brock, just as he hits different points in the timeline.
Okay.
So this one, the red one, Bedlam, has been one of the big. He's kind of the goon that keeps going after Dylan and Venom,
Right.
while Eddie Brock is off gallivanting. Um,
Sure.
but last issue, we finally saw Eddie Brock become Bedlam. So this issue is going to now be basically a future version of Eddie Brock versus his son and the Venom symbiote. Very confusing. That's why I said you gotta be
Yeah.
up on
Yeah.
Venom to know what's going
Sure.
on. Um, but I mean, if the cover's anything to say about it, we're gonna see Codex again, who is Dylan Brock way in the future, like when he is in charge of in
Sure.
control of
Sure.
symbiotes. So I'm very excited for this one. Just it's been interesting to see how they've made a character. Like for me, Venom is always Venom,
Right.
you know. But now Eddie Brock isn't Venom,
Venom.
but he still is a symbiote,
Yeah.
and it's so cool to see where they've taken this character, and then all these different versions. Like the time jumping story was very confusing, and now it's all just melded. Like the last two issues, it just all melded right together and makes perfect sense. So it's exciting for me as a Venom fan and being up on the current run to see where they're taking it.
Cool. Yeah. I need to catch up. I haven't read since Kate's.
Yeah, I mean it's worth it. It's like I said, it takes a little bit to get started,
Yeah.
and you have to really like the King in Black event tie is there the whole way through.
Oh,
Like it
yeah.
is the most important part of this new story. Um just because it sets up who Eddie is now. Because he doesn't have the Venom symbiote, but he's still kind of Venom. It's
Right.
weird.
Yeah. All right. Cool. But moving on to our number 4, we got Barbaric, Hell to Pay number 1. So a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about these smaller publishers going and taking different approaches to numbering and releasing issues. And Barbaric's doing something really interesting that I've noticed is they had the first run and it was like an arc, and then it came out as a book. And then they had another Barbaric number 1 come out with a subtitle. And now we have another Barbaric coming out with a subtitle. And I think it's interesting how they're almost making like individual books just about this character, and not
Yeah,
portraying
like
it
one
as
shots all tied in, pretty much.
like one shot in a volume style, like a one
Yeah.
shot trade. Yeah. So this one reads: Barbaric is back and headed straight to hell in an all new arc so big and bloody it's getting an extra issue. While Owen tames a dragon with an old friend, Soren and Steel cross paths with someone else from our cursed barbarian's past who isn't looking nearly as friendly. Hell hath no fury like a woman stabbed through the heart by an ugly effing orc. Oh wait, who's carrying axe? This book is just fun. It's just wild, barbarian, bloodthirsty axe cursing, adult humor fun. It's
And there's dragons now.
I know.
So
It's
I
wild.
I read the first couple issues of the first run,
Hmm.
but then I think my little brain did not understand. I got so confused by what they were doing that I got lost. I've like picked up everything,
Yeah.
and that's like the one thing I have not caught up. Like it's like I don't know. I sealed them. I was like, I'm gonna read it all one day.
No, yeah. I've read the first volume. I need to read the second. But picking this up because I'm super excited. I really like these characters, and I'm excited that they're continuing and going to be making more.
Right.
Um,
All right. Well, that will take us on to our number 3, which is Batman One Bad Day, Bane number 1.
eh,
Now we've had all of these One Bad Days, so you had to have seen this one coming, and it's our man Bane. So this one's called The Last Vengeance of Bane. A past, present, and future destroyed by Venom. Bane broke the bat. He's one of the only villains to ever truly vanquish the Dark Knight, but is that all he's ever accomplished? Decades from now, Bane is a washed up wrestler reliving his glory days in the ring, defeating someone dressed like Batman every day. But when he discovers that there's a new source of venom in the world, he'll do everything he can to shut down the facility it's coming from for good, and make sure that no one takes the poison that ruined his life. An epic saga set throughout Bane's life, expanding on the hopes, dreams, regrets, and failures of one of DC's most legendary villains. Brought to you by the iconic creative team of Joshua Williamson and Howard Porter. So this one seems kind of interesting. It's different than the other One Bad Days.
yeah, Bane's
You
having a
know,
bad
because
day.
I mean, yeah, Bane's having the bad day, but it's also it's him almost trying. It seems like he's going to be trying to do good.
I mean, that's kind of always been Bane's thing. Is like he's bad, but like when it comes to
Yeah,
overuse of the venom, he takes
yeah,
it personally. Kind of
yeah.
like
That's
how Mr. Freeze is the bad guy, but when it comes to Nora, he's the good guy.
well in uh Mr. Freeze's One Bad Day. They kind of changed that.
That's not okay with me. That doesn't
Oh
seem like a
yeah,
good
no,
issue, though. I'll have to
I
read
mean,
it.
they didn't change it too much, but they shined some light on, like, they did a lot of searching into the past of just Victor and Nora
Interesting.
that led to what was happening right then.
So
You
is this
know?
a version of Victor and Nora where they knew each other before?
Yes. So that
I
one.
don't like that
So
version.
that's where. Yeah,
I don't like.
you don't.
I like the one where she was always his experiment. Like she was
Oh
from
yeah.
when they met.
No, so in his one bad day, um, basically they were married,
Okay.
and then she was going to die, and he refused to let her die, and it deals with whether or not he was doing the experiment to keep her alive for her benefit or for his own.
Gotcha.
And then kind of dealing with like the legacy that she wanted him to leave not being what, he was actually doing.
Right.
Um which is what I like about these one bad day stories is like they're such an interesting take cuz seemingly they're not canon,
Right. Right.
you know. But it's interesting to see how they delve into these iconic villains cuz Batman's got the most well-known iconic rogues gallery, I'd say,
Oh,
of
sure.
anybody,
Yeah. Absolutely.
to see these characters taken into these interesting situations. And look at this one. Like Bane is just beating up Batman's in the ring every day, That's a far cry from what he
He's
is
in his heaven.
normally.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a far cry from killing Alfred.
Feel bad.
But no, so this one I'm excited about. I
I
do
still
like
haven't
this whole
forgiven
series.
Tom King.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah,
not okay. It's not okay.
that's
Have we gotten great
that.
stories from it since? Yes.
Yes,
Thank you, Tom
but
Taylor.
still.
Leading into our number two, we have Nightwing 100. Power Vacuum
Boom,
Part 4 The
boom.
Leap. Come join us with big smiles and even bigger celebrations as Nightwing hits its milestone issue 100. Cheer how far we've come by looking through the decades at what has made Nightwing a beloved hero. What better way to celebrate than with familiar friends and artists, than with Heartless creating a lair in the heart of Bloodhaven to take Blockbuster's throne. Nightwing will follow suit, setting up a headquarters of his own with the help of some friends who helped make him who he is now, of course.
That's awesome.
Now, of
Dude,
course.
6 artists,
Yeah.
56 pages, 6 artists, all Tom Taylor.
Yeah.
Like, we've talked about it so many times over the year, of, like doing these videos, but they've taken Nightwing exactly where he needed to go.
It's been, yeah, absolutely.
It's been a
Absolutely.
fantastic year.
This is the best Nightwing has ever been. And it is so
Yeah.
exciting because he was always like that C, B tier hero that
Yeah.
would like not get any respect.
Oh yeah. Now like Superman's like, that's my dude.
Yeah.
Batman's
Yeah.
like, that's my dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I just think back this whole like I said, the last year pretty much since or what was it? Yeah, last year was when Batman 99 happens and
Mhm.
they get rid of like Rick.
Yeah. It's
And
honestly, yeah, that like that was one of the best news headlines I could have ever seen.
yeah, Tiny and brought us gave us the Joker War, which brought us
Which
back
brought us,
Nightwing,
yeah.
and then Tom Taylor taking over has just done so much for the character.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
an issue like this is gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Like issue 100, landmark issue with 6 artists, like they're gonna do crazy stuff.
And the covers.
And the covers, I like that. Javier Fernandez with the like he's
Yeah.
standing on the gargoyle,
Yep.
and then
And the
obviously,
Jimenez.
yeah, I don't. You guys all know.
My favorite though is definitely Babs Tar.
Which one is that?
Here, I'll drop it on screen.
Oh yeah, that one's awesome. Yeah.
There we go.
Oh,
I
there's
actually got
the.
to meet her, Babs
Oh
Tar,
really?
at a Comic Con. Yeah,
That's
my
cool.
wife did. It was the first year that that her Batgirl costume, like the modern Batgirl costume that she designed. She's the one
Hmm.
that designed it. Um, and so we went to New York Comic Con, and Jillian had cosplays as that Batgirl. And so we got to
That's
take a bunch of pictures and stuff with her. Like she had this huge line, and then saw Jillian in the line, and she was like, "Oh no, you need to come up here right now." And we took pictures. It was really cool.
uh, that's
She's
awesome.
yeah, she's super nice. Um,
Oh, and then oh man, we got the Perez
hmm
design variant
Oh yeah,
too. Yeah,
yep.
no,
We got the
this
Moore
one's
one with
gonna
the
be huge.
Titans.
Yeah, this is gonna be a huge issue. I can already feel it. Like it's just, I mean, whatever he does next is awesome. I'm
Yeah,
down. I'm there for
yeah,
it.
absolutely. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. It looks like it's gonna lead into the Titans are gonna stick around.
Yeah,
But
well, good because the Titans Academy
yeah,
was not great.
no,
Not my favorite.
nope. But moving on to our number one this week, House of Slaughter number 11.
All right, so number 11 says new series artist Antonio Fuso joins returning writer Tate Bromball to reveal the next chapter of Jace Boucher's story. I mean, he's from New Orleans. It's got to be
Mhm.
Boucher, you know. No
Yeah,
longer the monster hunter he once was, and unaware of Aaron's fate, Jace's new mission is to protect the orphans under his care. Can he save them from not just the monsters, but his own rage and guilt? One of these children may be in even worse danger than Jace knows, as a strange pair of eyes watches him from the woodland shadows. Now, this one is not a good jumping on point, people.
no, make sure
It's
you read
not a
volume
good.
one.
Yeah, like you, the first arc
You can
kind of
skip volume
introduced the
two,
world.
actually, pretty much.
You can skip volume two. Yeah, volume one introduced us to this character, Jace, who is from a different
Yeah,
house of monster hunters.
in New Orleans.
And yeah, who are all gone now. So his story starts there. The second arc made it seem like they were going to introduce us just to continuous, to the rest of the masks, but this is clearly not doing that yet. Um, but Jace's story is pretty sweet, and what Tommy and I were talking about too that's exciting in my opinion is that this is finally the House of Slaughter being out of the past and into the actual timeline of something is killing the children. So, not going to spoil too much if you haven't read it, but if you haven't read it by now, what are you doing? But this finally now seems like they've caught up and maybe we start getting stories that intertwine.
Could be
Maybe
cool. Could be cool.
that would be cool. I'd be down. I mean, I don't want too many crossovers,
No,
but like I
no,
already
no.
pulled both. I already pulled both, so it's fine. Um, but no, this is an interesting character, especially with the way he's kind of like another Erica Slaughter.
Absolutely.
He just
Yeah.
went his own way. He decided to break off and do his own thing. So I'm super excited for this, but just make sure that if you pick this up, you have read the first arc
Yes. Absolutely.
and also the first Something is Killing the Children
Yep.
arc. Are there any sweet covers too? Yeah.
There always are.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like House of Slaughter is kind of missed on some.
I mean,
Like I
yeah.
think I think the first issue had some sweet covers, and then after that, it just kind of was like the A
Yeah.
cover was really good,
Yeah. And
but
I often don't really mind that. Like if the A cover is solid, then
yeah, like that last Something is Killing the Children one.
right.
That's like my favorite. That's like my favorite Something is Killing the Children cover.
Yeah. Absolutely. Cool. Well, anything else before we wrap it up here? Ran a little long, but not too bad.
Yep. No, I mean I'm gonna be shortening this down on our Instagram page too.
Yeah. We're doing
Trying to teach
reviews.
myself how to trying to teach myself how to do a 30-second video. So I think that this will be an easy way to translate. But so that should be going up probably right after this tomorrow before Wednesday. So check it out there.
Cool. Cool. Well, until next week, we will catch you guys later.
See ya.